Congratulations, Booktube. You did it again. You done stirred the pot of controversy. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is Mia coming at you today from Select Pages with another discussion video. And it seems like we're having more and more of these discussion videos every couple of days now, it even seems like. So imagine my surprise when I came home from work yesterday and Twitter was all abuzz about a video that was posted by somebody who I have never even heard of, don't care to know who she is, ranting and raving about people of color pretty much being manipulative on Booktube about more inclusion for people of color in the community. And I was outraged at first when I seen the clips because, like I said, I had no idea what the heck was going on. Someone sent me the clip, I watched, and I just kind of sat there for a minute. Now after I done thought about it, let it stew for a minute, the only reaction that I could think to have was just bravo, young lady. Bra-fucking-vo, because you know what you did? In the midst of all your rant and raving, trying to put down the people of color in this community, all you did was just make us rise up above your standard to whatever the hell it was that you was trying to say. Not only did you not even get your message across in a way that could have uplifted the community, you did nothing but raise our channels even higher, raise the discussion even higher, and raise awareness to an even higher extent than what it was before. So I'm just going to pick and choose just a couple of things that she said in the video that really resonated with me. I don't want this to turn into a ranty raving, I can't believe she said that shit, because that's not what this issue is about. This issue is about just raising the awareness of inclusion for people of color in this community. That is it. That is all. She goes on this rant about we're being manipulative, we're making people feel guilty about not subscribing to our channels, when the fact of the matter is people of color in this community do not care if you don't subscribe to us because we're black or Hispanic or transgender or gay or straight or whatever. We want people to subscribe to our channels because they like our content. Okay, so let's put this in perspective of if we was doing a double-blind experiment. Okay, let's say you're sitting in a room and you can only hear the audio of a black booktuber, excuse me, a person of color booktuber's video review about a book, and let's just say you can hear a white person's video about a review of the same book. You have no clue of their race, their genders, their sexual orientation, anything like that. You're just listening to their content. And let's see, who would you want to subscribe to just by listening? And that is the only fact that I try to drive through with my channel is I don't care if you don't subscribe to me because I'm black. I want you to subscribe because you like my content. Point blank. That is it. We all started channels in this community because we love to read, we love to write, we love to discuss books, we love to review books, we love to talk about books with other people who likes the same books that we like. We did not jump on Booktube just to say I'm a black booktuber and I'm going to support black rights and black books and black authors. That has nothing to do with being a part of Booktube. I just wanted to put that out there. So I took notes, of course, because you guys know I am a note junkie. So I'm just going to, like I said, just read off a couple of things that she said that resonated with me. First thing was being, she is sick and tired of people framing Booktube in a bad light. And like I said, no one never framed Booktube in a bad light. With all the videos that have been coming out with these discussions, never once have I heard someone says Booktube is racist. When I talk about things that I see in the Booktube, I'm talking about YouTube with the Y at large. I'm talking about the YouTube algorithm who picks and chooses which videos get seen, which ones get streamed, which ones they set in your recommendation feed. Because I don't know if you know this, but there is a hierarchy of people that run YouTube as a whole. So we can put out the best content that you want, and that includes both people of color and white folks. And if YouTube doesn't want to put you in the feed, you're not going into the feed unless you have somebody shout you out or someone shares your video. So no one is framing Booktube or YouTube itself in a bad light, because if it was really that bad, then we wouldn't be here, point blank. The second point she made, she bends over backwards to welcome all types of minorities, gays, sexual orientation, yada, yada, yada. I don't want nobody to bend over backwards to feel like they have to subscribe to my channel or people of color channels in general. And I just don't understand, what do you mean by bending over backwards? I don't see what's the big deal in hitting subscribe on your phone, on your computer, your laptop, or whatever. If you watch someone's videos, you like their content, let's say you watched a couple of them just to see, like, well, this could have just been a fluke, I might just only like this video from this person. But if you continue to come back and you hit subscribe, what is bending over backwards for? Are you just like just jogging everything in your mind to be like, oh my god, I had to search for people of color videos so that it fills my checklist box that, hey, yeah, I'm subscribed to people of color? That makes absolutely no sense to me. Tagging all along the point of her saying that she beta rated for a black booktuber. What does that have to do with anything? Okay, I read a lot of books written by white booktubers who had their books published. Does that make me an advocate for the white community to say, hey, I support this person because they got their book published and I was one of their beta readers? Come on, like, I just don't understand what sense that makes. I already hit on this one, guilt tripping people in the community. Never once have I ever seen a video where somebody is like literally begging people, you know, like those little animal shelter commercials where they make like the most heart-wrenching music and the little doggies are walking around with like bad eyes and lost legs and stuff, and they're like, please adopt this dog. She's making it sound like we're doing that. Please support our channels because we just want to be a part of the community and no one likes us. Well, that's not the case at all. We put out videos just like you put out videos. Who is guilt tripping anyone to subscribe? Everybody asked for the subscription. If we didn't want people to watch our content, we wouldn't have a channel. And it's just ludicrous to me. Last point from what she said that I want to make up is she said, you go out of their way to help people. No, sorry. You go out of your way to help you people and then turn around and talk smack about them. That was probably the one that got to me the most, because whenever have you heard in the history of freaking America, okay, has the term you people been used in a positive light? I was reading some of the comments that was made under her video before she deleted it. And one booktuber commented saying that they felt, you know, kind of disrespected at the use of the term you people. Like, what do you mean by that? She came back by saying, I don't mean you people in the sense of a derogatory way against people of color. I meant you people in the sense of those who manipulate people into trying to watch their videos or subscribe to their videos. I don't care how you meant it. When I hear the word you people, I can only associate that with putting a group of people down for whatever the reason is, okay? There was another clip that I saw in this video that I did not see in the original clip. I actually saw it in the novel Lush Lauren's response video to this, where she talks about people going to inner city schools and graduating with like a 3rd grade education, and she just goes into another little rant about that, basically incompensating, saying that we have bigger things to worry about than who's watching our channels in Booktube. And for somebody who I guess apparently didn't go to an inner city school, who graduated with a reading level higher than a 3rd grader, you sure sound like a 3rd grader right now with your ranting and raving and elitism and privilege so and so, okay? I went to an inner city school and I have been told my entire life, Mia, you talk white. Mia, you're so proper. Mia, you so love to read. And all of that is being compared to being like a white person. So you see what I'm talking about with the double standard? It's like, I just don't freaking get it. I just don't get it. I just don't get what the whole point of what it was she was trying to say. And now I have watched some other videos where people were saying, I understand what she was saying, but she just came about it all wrong. Fine. That's cool. But obviously there's something wrong with that if she had the need to feel like she had to take the video down. We live in a world where there has been tons of racist, bigoted, just evil people in the world, and they stood by their beliefs. They stood by their racism, and they stood by what they thought should be white America. And we studied them in freaking history class. But this girl here wants to put on her little rant and then take it down. Stand up for what you believe in. If that's what you think is right, is true, then stand up to it. My question to you is, honey, is it's so weird that you want to put this video out. And we all know it's from the backlash of a lot of Black and people of color booktubers making videos about these issues now all of a sudden, I guess. But my question to you is, did you watch any of these videos? Because, like I said, everything that you mentioned, I just did not see at all. Hey, stop. Or even if you didn't understand, did you reach out to anybody in their videos to say, hey, I don't really understand what you're saying. We all are part of Booktube and we all struggle and it's not this or that or whatever. What can I do to help? After I had posted my last video, I had countless comments of people saying that they never even knew about these issues. Thank you for opening my eyes to this. Yeah, you know what? I really would like to watch more people of color videos, even for people who look freaking white. But you know that who their background or their nationality is, want to subscribe and support this community, this loving community, as she stated. Another thing, while I'm on this, that got to me was the fact that, like, literally just not even a month ago, some idiot gets on YouTube and talks about young women wearing makeup, you know, not reading real literature, and he's tired of seeing all this in Booktube. The whole community rallied together. This is wrong. We should stand up against this. How dare he says that? But as soon as the people of color community start putting out videos that they probably been too scared to put out anyway because it's a subject that they don't want to touch, and they know people outside of the people of color community don't want to touch this issue because they feel like they have no right to say nothing in this situation, it's a problem. All of a sudden now it's a problem. It turns into terms like you people, and we bend over backwards, and we include you, and this is such a loving community, all that stuff. Well, if it's such a loving community, why is that video even made? That could have been one of your little videos that you made when you go off on a rant, and it's like the one video in your collection that you just don't post. You kind of keep it to yourself. You let it sit there and simmer for a minute because you're probably just talking in the heat of the moment and decide, you know what? It's not even that bad. I'm just going to just chill, let it sit there. But no, you wanted to put it up there and then you wanted to take it down. And I'm just freaking appalled. And it's videos like this, it's people like that, even to their own ignorance, if they don't understand what's going on, it's people like that which makes these discussions even more important to talk about. And it could also just be the certain fact that Booktube is changing, okay? Literally like a year ago, there wasn't discussions like this on Booktube. There wasn't talks of diversity. There wasn't talks of transgender people on Booktube. There wasn't talk of just more inclusion in the people of color and how come we're not in the search bars. Why is it that if I type in Black booktubers, the whole first page is still white booktubers? All of these are issues that had just been brought to the forefront, finally, and it's about time. For people who feel like that's something wrong, well then bye-bye to you. Keep on making your videos and be done with it. We're not asking for you to subscribe. We're not asking for you to bend over backwards to subscribe to us. Watch us because you like our content. And because these issues are arising much frequently now, I don't even feel comfortable going back to doing regular book reviews and book tags and book hauls. I feel like now that stuff is kind of like, we got more important things to talk about. Booktube is full of intelligent people, readers, writers, you know, analytic writers, and just, we are such a smart community. Why can't we discuss these issues in a grown-up manner? And that's why I didn't want to post this video last night when the issue arose, because I was all just black girl shaking her head. I don't care what she has to say, she's wrong. I wanted to come at it in a sense of, I thought about it, I took some notes, I watched other videos, I even watched her clip again to even see if I can kind of pull out some things that she was trying to say. And not to mention the fact that the comments, the few comments that I did read in her video, wasn't even a blatant attack on her. It was the people of color community asking her, what did you mean by this? I'm sorry, I'm a little offended by you saying that. Can you elaborate on what that means? And trying to explain their take on these issues, and she takes it as a personal attack. That's what's wrong. That's why we can't have a discussion as adults, because people don't want to listen. And that's all we ask for, is just to listen. If you don't understand, ask. There is nothing wrong with asking. Now, if the person wants to cop an attitude with you, then that's a whole different story. I will get where that anger comes from. But for someone to sit up there and say YouTube is the most welcoming, the most loving community that there is out there in YouTube, for you to not even just to reach out to just one, or maybe you did, I don't know, I'm speculating, but all you had to do was just reach out to one person just to say, you know what, I'm really curious about what's going on in this community. I don't see that at all. State your facts, and then let them come back and let them state their facts about why they may or may not disagree with you. In my last video, I went on a rant about black people not being invited to the Hate U Give set, and there were countless comments stating that, well, man, maybe it wasn't a racial thing, maybe it was this, maybe it was just the promotion department, maybe it was just that, and it opened my eyes into a different level of thinking. Why can't we just do that? So I think that was it. That was all that I wanted to say about this. And of course, I did wanted to chime in on this because it is an important issue. And I hope that it's something that will continuously be discussed, and hopefully changes will come. I can't tell you how many new subscribers and friends that I've had made after finally discussing these issues. And for other friends of mine whose channels are just growing and flourishing, and like I said, everybody is just having these conversations. I love being a part of these conversations, both on Booktube and on Twitter. I'm loving it. So with that being said, I'm going to end it here on a positive note, somewhat positive. And I just hope that we just grow from this, because like I said, all Booktube is doing right now is evolving. That is it. It's bound to freaking happen. Deal with it. And with that, I'm going to stop here, and I will see you guys in the next video, okay? Bye, loves.